To Urquit, who asked if I answered my comments, and anybody else Q&A shit, I will respond as long as you're not trolling, but also I'm under contract, and the van that's hooked up that monitors my internet will decide whether or not you get the comment and also if I see the comment. So if you make a comment that they don't like, I will not get the update for it. An example of this is a guy named Giovanni. He was working down at the 7-Eleven. He tried to send me a video of me and the baby when he actually should have either downloaded it onto a SIM card or got it onto a phone and then disconnected that phone from the internet. He didn't do that. He sent it to me. The white van out there intercepted it, and then they murdered his ass. So, don't make comments, that'll get you killed. And don't make comments about helping me, because they'll get pissed because I'm not allowed to have help, apparently. Because, you gotta do it yourself! Even though these assholes can't do anything alone. They're codependent on the church, because they're losers. I don't know why we can't just go with the natural flow of things. I got dicked over, I get lawyer, I take you to court would be the standard. Not a thing. But this video is about a movie idea I had. And it explores the whole death of the mind, death of the body, and death of the spirit aspects. I would have a kind of fairy tale man rescues girl, not objectifying the woman, but it would be these two lovers love each other, but the girl can't marry him because the church is going to ruin everything, and we need to start making movies about churches just ruining everything for everyone all the time. Just causing misery and then just going, it's good for you, it's good for you, it's God's way. That would be the best way to start fixing problems in the world, would just be to drive home that churches are garbage. So there's this guy, he loves this girl, basically a kind of, man and princess story. The church goes, well, they have to marry the church leader because human trafficking, and she's a human trafficking victim. And the guy goes, well, I want to rescue her, and they're like, well, we're going to give you an impossible task. Now, this impossible task is actually malicious because it's bad for the guy's mental health. And the church doesn't care. They don't believe in mental health. They don't believe in any of that. It's stupid. Intelligence, I hate it. I just want to believe God solved all the problems and there's no reason to think ever. That's how I would. And every church person should be neurotic and weird. That should be like the standard for every Hollywood movie from now on. Churches should just be represented as awful institutions that rape people. So the guy's like, I'll take this task. And I'll rescue that woman because I love her. And they're like, and now the goal of the church is to psychologically torture this guy until he behaves like them and he becomes one of them. A complete piece of shit. And they go, it's the superior psychology, and we can't give her to a guy that doesn't have it. We're totally normal. We just rape babies all the time. It's normal. And they're fucking weird. And the guy's like, I'll take any test. So they beat him, rape him, waterboard him, torture him, and then they start poisoning him with heavy metals, and he's on like this epic adventure to get like this MacGuffin, like a flask or something for the church, some kind of symbol of power. And he gets it, and then they keep torturing him. Instead of just letting him get the princess, they just keep torturing him until he's fucked up, and then he's really fucked up in the head. And this is the death of the mind. Okay? They have killed this guy's mind. He is retarded. He's no longer functional. And then they let the woman go be with him. And they're like, here he is, your love. Taught you a lesson, bitch. You rejected me. Nobody rejects me. I have issues. I was abandoned as a kid and raped in the ass, so I have control issues. I have to ruin everything because I'm fucking miserable because of my fucking religion. Oh, boy. And this would be like the church leader. That's like Stu. Everything Stu does, it's how he thinks. So they make the guy the asshole. She marries him, and then he starts treating her like shit and starts abusing her, telling her, "You don't talk to anybody, I'm insecure and scared because I was beaten and assaulted." And when you're just constantly hurt, you become selfish, you only care about yourself, so you stop caring about the other person. So he's incapable of caring for her because he's that traumatized, he is gone. So she starts trying to take care of him, but he turns abusive, starts beating her, he starts assaulting her and raping her, and acting like the church members because they imposed their values onto him through their test. It was all set up. And then the girl goes to the church and they're like, "You turned him into a monster. That's not the guy I fell in love with." And they're like, and the guy's like, "That means you'll come back to me, a complete piece of shit, just like he's a complete piece of shit." And then he's like, "I told you, the world is nothing but suffering. Oh, 'cause I make it that way. Oh, you find something good, I completely fucking ruin it. I take it from you. That's how that is." And then she's like, "No, you destroyed the only good thing in the world, and I'm never gonna forgive you." And then the guy goes, "Oh no, it's not my fault. Nobody holds me to account. Nobody. What's happening here? It shouldn't happen. I don't like it. And then he shoots her in the head. Boom! Her brains go everywhere. And the demented guy, he's out there and he's all sad and crying because he doesn't understand what happened because he's demented. Now, this story can be flushed out with proper story arcing and setup. The guy's slip into dementia would be a beautiful arc in the story. As he loves this woman, he's about to do anything for her, including sacrifice his own mind and psychology, which is just stupid because it makes him a monster. This would be a story about how desire can make you a monster and how bastards are gonna bastard. It is only mean bastards you must hang, but it's mean bastards you must hang. The mistake this guy made was not murdering the church members and the church leader. Okay. That was the only way this was gonna go good. Alright. This would be a beautiful story for the world to see, because it would really drive home how perverse and disgusting people can be. Okay. And yes, I would definitely, we need more PAs on poisoning people with heavy metals. What does heavy metals do to your brain? Why is this guy fucking weird? We need that in movies so people know to get fucking chelation therapy. Holy shit, it can turn you into a piece of shit. That guy went from being a kind, loving man to a complete piece of shit overnight. Because they poisoned him with heavy metals and altered his psychology. And then said, "That's how that is. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care." Like, and I would drive home that this is what happens when you believe in God, because God removes all agency and accountability from a person. Everything's in God's hands. It doesn't matter what I do. God would stop me if he didn't want me to destroy your husband's mind. But if you kill me, that's evil. What? Wouldn't that just be God's will? Wouldn't God stop me if I murdered you? But, I think this would be a epic story, because I think this is the kind of shit between me and Blondie going on. I'm clearly not okay, and I will never be okay. I have CPTSD, trauma, and psychosis. I have trouble focusing. While driving, I forget where I'm going because I get lost in my own mind because I'm not okay. And I will never be okay. I will never be able to marry or have any of those wonderful things. But I have accepted that because I don't want to hurt other people. Blondie should never be allowed to have a wife or any of these things for that matter, including a sex harem for sure, because he's going to do nothing but hurt that woman. You could probably ask BBW Kayla about that because she dated one of these fuckers, okay? And this is what they do. Okay. And then they go, "It's not abuse because we're baboons. And reproduction is all that matters. But also God. But also reproduction. But also God." I think that with a little bit of work, a little bit of photoshopping, and a little bit, this could be a wonderful story. And it could drive home the importance of the 3 deaths. And I would call this like the 3 deaths miniseries. The death of the mind, the death of the spirit, and death of the body. Okay. And you could create a beautiful anti-romance, is what I'm calling it. An anti-romance. Because everything just goes bad because you're dealing with bastards. And when you're dealing with bastards, this is what happens when you're dealing with bastards. Okay? You should never, it's the handshake with the devil. You should never deal with bastards to begin with. The only way to deal with them is a bullet. Okay? They are not rational, they're not reasonable, they are not logical. They only care about themselves, and even the guy in this church would only care about himself. His end goal is, I gotta get into heaven, and I do it by sucking God's cock, and not by being a good person, but God, piece of shit, piece of shit, piece of shit. Somebody should have shot him. But it would also drive home about how bad people win. And the mistake people make with bad people is letting them win. This isn't too different than what happened to me and how I did a good thing and I just got punished nonstop because nobody cared about what I did. They didn't care that they were hurting the good person. They were helping the bastards, and they were not going to stop helping the bastards because that is who they are. They only care about their own ass, and this is the thing about fear. About how when you let fear in your mind, let fear run your life, okay? You only care about yourself. Fear is strictly selfish. You only care about yourself. So you're under the threat of death, and you're concerned with your own life. You do not care about other people's lives. I think this would be a great movie. I would totally watch it.